All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Forex Tech Magazine live stream. This is Monday, October the 29th, 2018. So, I want to wish you guys, hope you guys had a great weekend and had plenty of time to rest, get some good studying in, and get ready for the trading day. Now, what we want to do here, real quickly, is we want to get into the disclaimer before we get into anything. And the disclaimer goes a little something like this. All the information that you receive from us, present, past, or future, is solely for entertainment and educational purposes only. Nothing that we give you should be considered to be financial advice. If you're seeking financial advice, our advice to you would be then to seek out the assistance of a licensed, competent advisor. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the trading day. Actually, what I need to do is, for a second, I need to do some housekeeping. Hold on 1 minute. 1 minute. Be right back. Gotta go offline just for a second. All right, guys, sorry about that. I had to go off for a second. We're back online now. We're back up and running. So, with the disclaimer and everything out of the way, let's look at what the trading day looks like for us here. And got the US dollar pulled up on the chart. Let's look at the. First of all, let's look at what a trading week is going to look like. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting trading week just because of all the stuff that we've been experiencing with the different markets over the last couple of days. A lot of anxiety, seems like it's still in the market. Hasn't really hit any real direction other than down. So I know a lot of you, last week I was trying to go back and hit a U-turn in the market. Just doesn't look like now is the time or the place to do that. And it may come, I don't know. I think the main thing to take away from what we were doing last week is just to really kind of trade the market as far as what it's giving you and not what you anticipate it's going to be doing. And then that's where we're going to leave it at. So let's look at what's happening today, Monday. We have some news coming out about the Great Brent Pound. It's like consumer credit, lending, mortgage approvals. These seems to be all pretty minor stuff. Personal consumption is coming out in the U.S. hour. Let's see, Tuesday, some unemployment change in the German market. As for the euro, Italy, GDP, Eurozone GDP, consumer confidence, US, Australian dollar, consumer confidence, PMI for China. Okay, so definitely some stuff that's going to be coming out here. Later in the week, we're going to be definitely getting some information coming out for the Great Brent Pound. The euro, definitely going to be. The euro is definitely going to be getting some information coming out. Information coming out on the euro, Great Brent Pound. Looks like the information is going to be pretty heavy towards the end of the week versus the earlier part of the week. So just kind of be prepared to shift gears going towards the end of the week. Um, as far as with the economic data coming out, first part of the week, we're going to be looking at a lot of stuff's going to be coming out of Asia. Um, so your Australian dollar, those type pairs, going to be pretty affected by that. Towards the latter part of the week, look more towards the Great Britain pound, U.S. dollar, even Canadian dollar. Definitely going to get some information. It's going to be coming out and being affecting those pairs. So just kind of keep your eye out, monitor your trades, and just don't get too crazy. You know, stuck in a trade, you better get out. Okay. So we got about two and a half like trading days left in this month. The month ends on the 31st, right? Sorry, 3 trading days left. So what we want to do is try to make the most out of it, right? Trade date ends on Wednesday. What we want to try to do is get back profitability before that time, possibly, or at least cut any losses that we had in half. So let's start looking at a couple of trading ideas and see, we can kind of make sense of the market and see where the market's going to go, and then just kind of go from there. Okay. Now, typically, guys, that when I go in and I place trades, I'm not really looking to place the trades while we're filming, and I kind of go in and get an idea of what I want less than just 2 minutes to look at something and decide whether or not I want to go into it or not. But what we try to do is get an idea of the direction that we want to go, and then we look for opportunities to get in. All right. Now this right here is the Great Britain pound U.S. dollar, and this right here is the daily chart, and you kind of look at this here, and if you look at it, what does it look like it's doing? It looks like it's going down and to the side. Now, if you guys are second wave, and this will be the third wave, fourth wave, you know what I'm saying? This be the fourth wave? This could be the fourth wave. And then going on to the fifth. Anyway, the ideal is, I'm not that good at the other waves. Anyway, the good thing is that what we're saying here is that it's like you got a downward move, right? And then you got some consolidation, catching his breath, right? This may just be a little bit of a correction move that happened over here before the market begins to go farther down, back in the direction it originally started. Okay. One of the things that you can kind of get into, it could be a trap, is that you'll see, market going down, and you see this pullback right here, and you think, okay, wow, the market's going back up. It's U-turning, it's going back up. But the reality is that it's not U-turning per se. It's just taking a breather, and it's doing a correction. And what's going to happen is it's going to continue back down in the direction of the original move. So you got to kind of be mindful of that. Yeah, you could definitely buy it out on its way up here in this correction. But the profitability is going to probably more or less come from selling it as it continues on its way down. Yeah, that's not to say this might not be, a bottom here, because it looks like overall this is a bottom of some sort. Let's look at the monthly chart. And if you guys are familiar with the Great Britain pound, this thing's been going through a lot over the last couple of years. And so, yeah, it's at 128 now, and it looks like the bottom was somewhere around about 119. So it's not quite the bottom, but it's circling around the drain where, touched down before. Okay? So ideal is just be mindful of that low, right? And then do what you can do to get back in, and possibly go ahead and ride this thing on down a little bit lower, So anyway, go back up, daily. The other thing is to notice here is that, it looks like there's a resistance level here, right? It looks like price couldn't break above that original resistance level, and so it kind of broke back down. This right here is the neckline. It's what we call a double top, right? And typically when price breaks below that neckline on the double top, then you get a good strong continuation going downward. That's kind of what we're seeing right now. So this is kind of a hard area to buy in. But what we're gonna do, and like I always told you, one of the first things we do is that when we come in to a trade, oops, go back this way. What we like to do, just kind of pick out our, mark out our tops and bottoms. I like to mark out our support resistant areas, right? And it just kind of helps us get an idea of where we at in the market. The other thing is too, if we know that the market is in a downward move, right? I mean, do we want to buy something that's going down, or do we want to try to sell something that's going down? The reason why I ask you that is because a lot of times we got to have that mind frame of what it is that we want to do, what we're looking to do in the market, depending on the situation, right? And it's easy to kind of go in and confuse ourselves, or easy to go in and kind of contradict ourselves because of some conditions that we may be viewing on the ground, right? And so what we kind of want to remember is that if the market is in a downward, move, we want to be looking to sell, right? If the market is in an upward move, we want to be looking to buy. Pretty simple, right? So let's look at where we're at. There's definitely support here. Market reached down, bounced off, came back up, hit this resistant area, bounced off, came back down to the support, bounced off, came back up to this resistant area, bounced off, came down to support, bounced off, resistant, bounced off. And so now we're back at the support again, right? So now the question is, do we want to look to buy here, or are we looking to sell here? Now, I've been getting killed here over the last couple of days because I've been trying to come in and trying to come in and try to buy at support. Just because we got a lot of anxiety in the market, a lot of panic in the market, I don't even know if this is a good idea to buy here. To be honest with you, I'm even thinking about just selling it from here because of a couple things. One, we hit this double top. Two, we broke below this neckline, right? And so that lets me know that this should be a pretty strong move down. Even though we're here at this next level of support, there's no guarantee this next level of support is going to hold. It could break through and go on down to the next level, right? Just given how the market opens today, you got to remember that the U.S. dollar is a safe haven currency. And so given the fact that it's a safe haven currency, given the fact that we're in a pretty extreme market condition right now, where the market is just not really adhering, because people are panicking and nobody wants to lose money. One of the things that we may want to look at doing is just continue to sell this market, because as you can see, this market has just been going down, 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 down. And all I'm doing here is I'm just hitting on the dips and just kind of pushing it out. And this is really something I learned from this guy's name is Josh Martinez at the Market Traders Institute, I believe it is. Watched a couple of his videos, and I thought it was a pretty good technique that he showed as far as going in and trading counter trend line breaks. So it's not anything new. Once again, if you understand the basics, you can go back in, you can watch different videos, you can look at a lot of stuff online, and if you understand the basic principle of how these things work, you can go in and basically go in and reverse engineer a lot of stuff that you see, and pretty much get it working for yourself, right? Here's the question. Here's the It looks like it may, it's very less like it may be able to reverse off of this support line here, right? I don't know. The overall market has been going down, and I'm gonna tell you something. And this is why I probably feel more secure with this thing going down versus it going up, is just because um, what we've been doing here, right? It's a high, it's a low, right? It's a lower low, it's a lower high, it's a lower low, lower high. So this hasn't made a higher high or a higher low, right? And so until it does that, right, I don't want to anticipate that it's going to do that. I want to see that it actually does that. So until it does that, I'm going to say it's going to still continue to go low, right? Until it actually makes a high that's higher than this one and a low that's higher than this one here, right? A low that has to be higher than here. And I'm going to put in our sell below the 3 a.m. candlestick. Right, and we'll probably put our take profit right at the, I'm gonna say probably at that support line. How many pips away is that? It's about 50, 60 pips away. I don't think that's too much to ask. That might be a good trade. Let's look at the Aussie dollar, see what we got here. Same thing. I mean, really, it's pretty much doing the same thing, like it's going down. Until we get a high that's higher than the previous high, previous low, this thing is considered to be going down, and so we got to treat it as such, right? Now we look here on the daily, and we can see that's still going up, right? Long-term trend line here, right? Should retest that trend line, which it did here, right? But essentially, it's considered to be going down, right? And it's coming up on some support. What is that? About 144 pips away from that support line. Let's see, I'll press this. Okay. Too far, too much. But once again, we'll look up here. And here's a high, here's a low, here's a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, or lower high, still lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it's making lower highs, making lower lows. So what does that tell you? That the pair is moving further down, right? And you get some pullback in it, but it's still moving downward direction. And until it makes a higher high, something higher than the previous low, then that means that it is a to me it means that it's selling opportunity, right? And I'm not saying that it's not turning around. I'm not saying that it's getting ready to turn around, because it probably is. It could turn around today. Today could be the day that this thing fully turns around and starts its move upward, right? But if it is, we won't be buying. We're gonna be selling because it hasn't made a high, and it's close, right? Right. This low is still lower than that low, right? What's happening is you're seeing that the low is it's getting even with the previous low, right? So that means it's probably bottoming out, right? The high is kind of getting even with the previous high, right? So it may be kind of putting a bottom in place. So it may be something that's getting ready to turn around here. We don't know, right? But at any rate, if it is, love to be a part of it. But for right now, what we're going to do is, I think we're still going to be looking for opportunities to sell it, right? Just because it hasn't completed that yet. I'm not saying that it won't. Got full faith that it will, just that it hasn't as of yet, and so therefore we don't need to be doing what we hope is going to do or what we think is going to do. Oh, excuse me, what we think is going to do. We need to be in the business of doing what, um, taking advantage of what it is doing, right? And that's all. If we take advantage of what it is doing, then we'll be fine. Um, and I'm not trying to take advantage of what we hope it's going to do in the future. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there, a lot of gurus out there tell you, oh yeah, you can anticipate the turnaround, all that stuff. Yeah, you can do it to a certain extent. The reality is, you can't anticipate um, surprises in the market. If it happens, it happens, and then that can just blow out your whole analysis. If you look right here, it looks like there was an uptrend going. See how it bounced off that line, came up, uh, bounced off. Bounced off this line, broke below, came back, retested it, right? Broke back below it again, and it looks like now it's about to test that low. And if it breaks down below that lower low, it looks like it's coming all the way back down to the original trend line. So once again, looks like it's going to probably be an opportunity to sell, if anything. And just the way I would treat it, man. High, low, low, high, low, low. You just got to kind of go in there and just kind of see it for what it is. And like I said, just trade it for what it is. Don't put more onto it than what it is, than what it has to be, right? Um, right now, it's one of those weird markets where it's a lot of stuff is going on, and it could really break either way. And what you want to do is just really kind of be careful, be mindful of what's going on with it, and pick your battles wisely. And I think the best thing you can do when you're going out here and you're operating in this market is to put your stop losses in place, right? And just trade from there, man. Trade what you see, put your stop losses in place, and that's pretty much it. You can't really do anything else. It's, don't get overly excited about it. Don't go out there and try to do too much. A lot of times that can happen, folks. They go out there and they try to do way too much, way more than what they can do, more than what they're capable of doing, and they go out there and cause themselves to lose. And that's not what you want to do. So what do we got here? So once again, market's going down. It's consolidating. That consolidation, once again, could just be a continuation of what you already have in place, which is already a downward move. It's just the market correcting itself for right now, taking a breather. Corrections are usually about 10 to 12%. Move back in the opposite direction, the original turn for a stock market. This right here. Um, this right here could definitely be a correction taking place. After the corrections, that's when the continuation happens, and the continuation is just going back into the direction of the original move, right? So looking at this right here, that's what it looks like to me. Although we do got some upward movement, you got to be careful and be mindful of that because the bigger movement is down. It's a downward movement. Looks like you have a bit of an upward move here. Once again, it's just sideways, man. It's not really even up. It's just kind of sideways. And that's why it's important to kind of like minimize your screen, kind of really kind of get in there and look at, so that way you kind of assess what's happening. Because if you don't, what'll happen is you just be looking at this frame right here, and you won't even realize that, hey, previous to this, and this thing was going down, that strong with downward momentum. Now all of a sudden it's just making an A, B, C, you know, correction, and then once it passed this, it's gonna flush downward, right? So these are all things that you got to be mindful of. Let's see how many pips is that? It's maybe 30 pips. Yeah. And like I said, when we look at this, we're coming in. Coming in from the perspective that, okay, let's try to short it, right? And the question you're trying to short it is like, where do you get in at? How do you get in, and all that good stuff. It's really not that hard. Just kind of like look for your trend line breaks, and then just kind of look for your entry there. Once again, you can still put in your entry at your, below the 3 a.m. candlestick, right? Boom, it's always a good place to get in. And you'll see it flush out. Unfortunately, there's a lot of information out there on the internet, on the web, about how to trade the London Open and all that stuff. But unfortunately, just not a lot of information out there is that good, in my opinion. If you've been with us over the last couple of weeks, one thing that excuse me, one thing that we try to do is try to go in and refine this, make it a little bit more palatable, make it a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit better. Is it going to be perfect? Absolutely not. Will it be better than what we've some of the stuff that's out there? I think so. Will you take some losses? Of course. This is supported trading, but the part that helps us is the fact that when we take our losses, that they are defined losses, and that we are okay with it because we understand what we had at risk. Okay. And that's the key. So when we look at this one right here, it's a little bit different. This one has started to make higher lows, right? So this right here was the low. This right here is a higher low. And this right here is a higher low, right? It hasn't made the higher highs yet, but it's starting to make higher lows. So for me, this one right here is turning around a bit. So this may be a buy. Probably with this one right here, I may want to stay out just for right now. Because it's making higher lows, right? So it is turning around. You don't want to try to sell when it's making higher lows. You want to try to sell when it's making lower lows, and you want to buy when it's making higher lows. The only reason why I'm not looking at potentially buying right now is just because it hasn't made higher highs. So for me, it seems like what it may be doing, if nothing else, is just kind of consolidating, right? Kind of coming to a point here. And if we look at it, let's see if we can kind of get in here. Let's see. Let's see. Take that. Get out of there. Close. close. If I say stand to the right. Sorry guys, trying to use this smart tool here. Use this tool, really. Oh, I'm tired, man. Let's see here. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. I know if I did it long enough, eventually it'll work. Alright, so if we look at this here, we can go here a little bit. If we look at this here, right? What we tend to have here is a classic, like a little wedge, a triangle pattern here, right? There we go. Well, we got prices starting to converge. So we're starting to now starting to have prices converge, which is it's pretty cool. And so a couple things. Typically, these tend to be continuation patterns, right? So you got price come down, right? Now all of a sudden, it is it's consolidating, right? Had a huge range, right? And the range is starting to get smaller, right? Boom, boom. It's not going as far. It's not moving as far. So what's happening is you kind of think of it like a coil spring, right? Where it's like all that tension, all that energy is kind of like getting compressed, and as we get smaller and smaller as we kind of move forward here, it's going to compress more and more and more until it gets to a point break either up or it's going to break down. Now, because of weakness, because of course there's some stuff that's coming out of the euro, that's the European market, that's not always great, especially when we start talking about the Italians and all that stuff, that market over there, and that definitely has an effect on the Great Britain pound because they're trading partners with the euro. So, if anything, I would look for this thing to break down, but I wouldn't be looking to try to sell right now because it looks like it's just kind of moving up, right? A low, higher low, higher low, even though it's still lower high, it's consolidated, right? Once it starts to break down, then you can get back into this trade, but until that happens, probably don't want to try to get into that trade, okay? And that can probably happen within this week. So we got some information coming out about the Canadian dollar, so you get it successfully. Yeah, and the crazy thing was, it's not that I even needed a big turnaround because I'm not looking for like a necessarily U-turn in the market. It's just more or less a point in the market where I can capitalize off buying pressure, right? Because if you look here, and I think that's one of the keys about trading the London Open is that you're not necessarily looking for U-turns in the market. You're just looking for opportunities to take advantage of little buying and selling pressures in the market. So like that one counts right there, that's 196 pips, right? And I'm looking to capitalize off about half of that, right? So even though it's not a U-turn in the market, when I was looking at going in and buy, because it was right here at a support area of support last week, what I'm thinking is that, hey, if it moves up even half of that, if I get even half that move, it's about 80 some pips, right? $10 a pip, it's 800 some dollars. It could be profitable. But unfortunately, just wasn't able to capitalize like I had anticipated. And so that's why last week was really a tough, last 2 weeks were really kind of tough. So I just figured this week, you know what? Not try to get too fancy with it. I'm just going to take the market as is. Trade was there. Keep it moving, man. Keep it moving. Once again, boom, boom. You know what? This right here. Look at this market. Boom, bow. All right, this is the trend line. Of course, the market broke through the trend line. Came back up, try to retest it. Let's continue on down. Um, and so for me, it looks like it's a sell. You know, it's a classic sell. Classic sell the market, right? So guys, let me check something real quick. Um, classic sell the market. All right. Yes. So when we go in, look at the hour. Oops. Clear this. So when we look at the hour and we look at kind of where we at, look at the dips in there and everything, and say, okay, how do we get in? Bam, bam. All we do is trade counter trend line breaks, folks. Get in, make our money, get out. Bam, 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 bam. Easy peasy breezy. Bam. It's crazy. But you know, once again, when we look to sell this right here, there's a reason why. It's just because it's going down, right? Boom, 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 boom. And so essentially what we're doing is we're looking for areas to get in as this thing goes down. Oops, come back up. Right. You know, it has a period of consolidation. Essentially, like I said, what we're doing is look for areas to get in, right? And just look at this right here. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. So, you know, we got a strong move down. Boom, 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 boom. And if you notice right here, it looks like it's kind of consolidated, right? This here, this area. And then what happens after it breaks this consolidation, you know, makes a move down, comes back up, and it continues to go down lower, right? And that's typically what happens. Could this U-turn? Absolutely, it could U-turn, but we won't consider it to be U-turning until it starts making higher highs and higher lows. And so as long as it's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right, and lower lows, we're gonna consider this thing to still continue to be moving down. Now, you see the lows are getting closer to the previous lows, and so that tells me that the minimum in this thing is probably slowing down, and it should be coming to a point where it's going to start making higher highs or higher lows. But it hasn't started making that as of yet. And so if it hasn't started making it as of yet, then we've got no choice to just kind of take what the market is giving us, and the market is telling us that right now to sell. That's kind of what we got to do, you know, just sell. You know, go with it, go with the flow. Don't try to fight it. Just do what the market's telling us to do, and eventually we get rewarded, right? Now, one of the things that we're going to want to do is look in here. We didn't do this on our previous ones, but let's do it now. On this one at least. That is kind of come in and mark our support resistance zones, and that'll kind of help us get an idea where we can place our take profits and stuff out in the market. Let's say rate, line. There we go. once again, pretty sure you guys heard me say this plenty of times as far as why we do this, and this is just our to let us know where we at in relation to the market. We want to know if we're close to support. We want to know if we're close to resistance. It's kind of like when you go into the mall or some other large facility. And, you know, you have that placard up there that says "You are here." Always want to know where we always want to know where here is at, right? And in that way, when we know where here is at, we can know where we are in regards to here, and that way we can kind of move around accordingly. So we are here. Looks like we just broke below a support zone, right? And that means that if we broke below support zone, that one or two things are going to happen. Now, this candlestick has a close for the day, so it could close back up above it, or it could close below it. Now that's going to be what we consider price action. A price action closing below it is definitely a bearish sign that this thing is going to continue to move downward. Closing above it could signify that this thing is going to do a reversal. Right? So it's one of those things where you got to be cautious. You look at it, think about it, and you make your move accordingly. Okay. One thing I will tell you that I noticed here is that this consolidation area here, this is the low, here. Price breaking below this low, it really kind of opens the door to this next level of support, which is way down here, right? And that, my friend, is about, how many pips away? This is about a 400 pip move, right? So, I mean, these are some levels of here potential support. This was resistance and support before, but, where it could be. But definitely there's still a wide chasm between where it's at now and where it could potentially go. So that's about half the move. So it's about 200 pips. So either way it goes, somewhere between 200 to 400 pips. It's potential for this particular currency pair here. Definitely be something to look to short. So, I got to tell you, today looks like it's going to be a short day, right? We're going to go in and look to potentially short the market. And this because this looks like this market is still continuing to go down. I mean, I see some evidence where it may be consolidating and potentially getting ready to do a U-turn, but as of now, it hasn't made one. I don't see any higher lows, higher highs. Just see lower lows, lower highs. And as long as I see that, I just let the market still continue to go down. Okay. And then as for the economic news, then we already kind of talked about this a little bit. Definitely some information on deck for this week. Be mindful of everything. A lot of stuff coming out. First part of the week is going to mainly be the European market and Asian market. Towards the end of the week, it's going to be the American market. So, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar, heavy type information. Like I said, you got some information coming out of China. Definitely going to affect some stuff. Just be mindful, okay? That's the biggest thing I can tell you, the biggest takeaway I can give you. What you don't want to do is get caught up wrong direction. I'm trying to think here. Is there anything else that I should be telling you guys that you guys should know? If you guys have any questions or anything, please feel free to reach out to us. We are, sorry, I'm a little lacking in energy today, guys. Feel like I'm coming under the weather. Season's changing over here, so it's like whenever the season goes through a change, man, I just kind of drag along with it. But if you got any questions, please feel free to contact us. You can contact us at questions@forextechmagazine.com. You can also reach out to us via Twitter. We can reach out to us through our Instagram page, our YouTube page, here. at our Twitch page, and then also at also at sorry, I'm typing some stuff up here. Also at gosh, what's that the place? Twitch, YouTube, email, Twitter, Instagram, Forex Tech Magazine. Oh yeah, Facebook. Right. So we got a lot of different places where you can reach out to us. Love to hear from you. We had some folks on the other night that were, new to trading forex and they're looking for some information. Hopefully, the information we provided to them was of use. Folks, if you haven't already, also picked up this or register for this trading software here, the um, Smart Trader. Please do so. It's like I always tell you, it's really good software. It makes trading a lot easier. One of the things that you've noticed probably tonight is my ability to kind of go in here and just with a click of a button go in and just kind of get the information that I need for the trade these different currency pairs, such as the trend lines and all that good stuff. Trust me, this is what you want, so that way you don't have to go in here and do it all yourself. A bit of a disclaimer though, we are an affiliate of this software company, so therefore if you do make a purchase, not just download, make a purchase of the software, we will get compensated for it. It's not anything huge, just something small, but it's compensation nonetheless. And so we always want to let you know, we always want to have full disclosure, let you know. It helps us though to keep the lights on, pay the bills, and keep this channel open, so that way we can provide this information little to no cost to you, because we make our money off of the payment from the affiliates, right? Not necessarily charging you for the channel. At any rate, I think that's gonna be it for us tonight. I'm gonna get out of here a little bit early tonight, just because, man, I am feeling it, dude. I am totally under the weather right now. Probably gonna go in and get some sleep, get some rest, take me some, do some herbal tea or something, and get back at this tomorrow. So I hopefully have more energy at it when I get back in tomorrow. Anyway, guys, listen, it was great talking to you, and I want you guys to be safe. Hope you have an amazing trading day today. Hope you guys make plenty of money. Remember, we're looking to go in and kind of short this market today. We'll short it, and we'll come back tomorrow and see if we were profitable from taking these shorts. Anyway, God bless you. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow.